Greetings, this is Aurora, and so to say not to involve anybody and everybody in my personal involvements, but I believe the reason why Diane Asaf, I'm eating some McDonald's chicken nuggets. Anyway, the reason why Diane Asaf is doing what it's doing now is because I had an important point to make. So this is the court that this guy went to. This person I live with that gave me a key. Basically, I don't live here since I don't sleep here. Even the management said, but he will attest to the fact that I was the one who gave him a blowjob to do it. It was Amy Thompson. But he talks to me like I'm that person. And then he says to tell them that poor thing it has a dual personality. Sometimes so sweet, sometimes man. He knows which is which. He knows that's not the same person when he lies. That's on that guy and all the guys. They all lie. Because they pay them my money and give them drugs. So they did drugs at court today. Diane Asaf did drugs and shot Aaron. Because they said to her that he's having an affair with Zima Tabrawi, which is Amy Thompson or Karen Khazin or Rito. So they shot him at court. And and he didn't have a personal defender or an attorney, this guy. And his wife had one. And apparently it had 3 lawyers in training behind it. So I believe that say they have Donna's Karatay, then behind it they'll have 3 people to train them, knowing that I haven't done the action as a person. For them to be strong enough for reptile cabal to stand in a room of court of law and handle whichever scenario I might give them. That's why they shoot and stuff. Because it's not like I can shoot, but the intensity, like imagine I get really angry and I scream or I pass out or something, that they'll be ready. Or I sit and I cry hysterically, or I can't enter. Like the first time, the time about the Dina Tabit, I couldn't enter the room. I started to cry and shiver, and I couldn't get up at that moment in time. It was an impossibility, so they all came out. Christy Estrada Thompson and Nicholas Canelli and Courtney and all these people, like all of them ran to me. They're like, ma'am, are you okay? There was the husband of Watson, and then no, there was the husband of Therese Young. He was there. Ma'am, are you okay? And I wasn't able to get up and go in the room. I couldn't do it. So I had to be seated, and then they talked to me a bit, and then they walked me downstairs, and then I stayed an additional month. I didn't know what had happened, but they had issued someone else out on the accusation of someone third. So I never got any rights back from these cops. So, and they stole everything now because they belong to the world of the cool people, what I don't belong to. I don't do like anything like they do. I'm my own person. I'm not like that. So You know, I'm just, you know, if they issued some paperwork to come find me because Ken sucked the dick of this guy, I'm not that person. Or because Dan shot, I'm neither. I didn't go to court today, and I still come here because he has a key for me. And I don't torture anybody or harass people. That's why I don't really use the phone my number is on. And I have alternative phones that are like the cheap Samsung you can find at Walmart without a line, or the one that Forsyth bought me in Buford that I'm now talking on. But my own phone, I don't really use it much because it's pretty fucked up and hacked. They start to call other countries, they're insane. As soon as I plug into like an external, they still tell me YouTube community guidelines because it's Cordoba's laptops that it stole from me, his memory, so it pretends it did my work, and then they call YouTube and sanction me, and YouTube does it for them. You know, and then you can't, it's very difficult to train the idiots into intelligence if they think that that's intelligence. It's hard. I'm a new creation. Have a lovely evening.